Hi, Fashion Dolls. It is Motivation Monday, September 29th, and welcome to an all-new episode of Style by Stevie. My very special guest is no stranger to the show. He is back for his second interview. Please join me as we welcome back to the dollhouse, Phil Elam. I just saw Saint Laurent's newest collection, by the way, y'all. Milan Fashion Week is going on, and I am very impressed. I love the bows. It's very reminiscent of their 80s collection. And the 80s has definitely made a comeback. It's never left. Fashion trends are always reinventing and changing themselves. Life imitates art, if that makes sense. And I'm so looking forward to other designers showcasing their collections. So without further ado, let me share this live with Phil so that we can get him in here. Boop. And there we are. So it's been a crazy, busy day for me. Other than that, we're trying to make change, trying to move, trying to get some things going, and I'm looking forward to it. So while we're waiting on my very special guests, I hope you guys have enjoyed the episodes throughout the week. It's been a great week. My birthday month is approaching, Scorpio Libra season. My 32nd birthday, Halloween. My mom's is on the 7th, so she's a Libra, I'm a Scorpio. And we sometimes tend to bump heads. I sometimes battle with a lot of anger at what's going on in the current climate of the world and so much. And it's just like when you have a lot piled on your back, you have to learn to unpack it. And for me, exercise has been the outlet. Writing has been an outlet. Doing this platform and talking to people have been an outlet also as well too. And I just want to say thank you all so much for your love and unconditional support. Let's see how many shows we are at, Fashion Dolls. Let's see. While we're waiting on Phil to get here, give me one sec. Let's see how many shows we are at, because we have been on the road to at least 1,000 shows, and we are still going strong. So without further ado, this would make show 878. So without further ado, let's welcome our incredibly amazing very special guest back here to the dollhouse, Phil Elam. Wait a minute, it says decline. You gotta accept it, Phil. Let me see. Let me try to send him an invite. There we go. There we are.
There we go.
There we are. Hello.
Hi,
Welcome
I can only
back.
see the top of my head. Now you got my eyes.
Okay, it's good to see you. All you gotta do is adjust a little bit more so we can see everything. Yes.
Can you see me all? I can only see the top of my head.
Right there. You just had it. Go back up a little bit. Right there. Right there. Stop. Yes. Now we can see.
Wow.
Hello.
Hello. How are you? You look great.
I'm doing greatest. What were you saying? I couldn't hear you.
I said you look great. You
Thank
look
you.
great.
Thank you.
You're so
Special thanks to
welcome.
Melanie Mellamine Bridgers for making sure that I'm right. Um, I had to. I had to. The last time I had curly hair, today is somewhat semi-straight. I remember our first interview. I always like to go back and look through all of my looks. I'm always changing.
Well,
So,
you're giving me Tina Turner right now. I'm getting Tina Turner.
oh, thank you. And this actually was a nod to her with the cutouts on the dress on the side because she was notorious for her legs. So
Yes.
the dress that I'm wearing today has a lot of side out. It has a huge, massive split coming all the way up. And this terrain, where do I begin? I'm going to stretch it out so you guys can see it. So again, anything for the drama. I love fashion.
Okay.
So
Well, I wish that you could do like a rendition of Proud Mary for us one day.
we will see. Who knows? I
I know,
love
right?
different eras of fashion. I love experimenting. And
Mm.
the 80s is definitely the era that I'm feeling right now. The 80s
Really?
and the 70s.
Dynasty?
Yes.
What part of the 80s? What would you say? What
You just said it. Dynasty, yes. I'm a big Diane Carroll junkie, and I love Dominique Devereaux.
Yes.
And I also like Alexis Carrington as well, to Joan Collins. So I'm a
Yes.
big fan of the show. My grandmother, my father's mom, would always watch Dynasty, and I
Mm.
didn't learn about it until later growing up. And I said, "Who is this woman? She had these diamonds. She was singing on one of the episodes of Dynasty. She had her hair pulled up, and that's the episode where I don't know what happened. I think she passed out or something in the episode. But I said, who is this woman? It was Diane Carroll. And I fell in
Oh,
love with her ever since, her
yeah.
style. And then I just went back and did tons of research on her, looking through her different looks. And I said, oh my God, she's gorgeous. She's stylish. But before Dynasty, the woman that I saw that got me into fashion was Grace Jones because
Oh,
of how bold
pull up
and
to the bump,
unapologetic.
baby.
Yes. And how bold and unapologetic and
Yes.
strange and all of these things that she did not care.
Right.
And she was
Right.
tall. She was tall. I'm like 5'7", so to stand up next to her, I would probably be to like her, probably one of her arms. She's so tall. But yeah,
It's so interesting. Diane Carroll, I guess back in the day, of course, it's before both of our times, she was really heavy in the civil rights movement, and
oh yeah,
she was like she was the first black woman to have a TV series called Julia. And the reason why I
yes, I
know
heard.
that is, yeah, my mother's name was Julia, and my mother passed away when I was 8 years old. So there was that whole
Sorry.
thing. That's okay. That's okay. She's always with me. I feel like she's always with me. And so um, you mentioned Dynasty and Diane Carroll. On YouTube, you can look up a lot of the episodes, and there's so many great clips between Diane Carroll and Joan Collins, and them going back, oh, this champagne is burnt. Oh, I wouldn't know. I use
That's
Jakova.
it.
No, this caviar is burnt. Oh, the caviar isn't to your liking. Oh, I wouldn't know. I only serve Jakova. Like, oh my God. She was great. Great. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Ah, hello.
2025. The last time you were here, I think it was this year or
Yes, it was
2024,
this year. It
and
was this
you
year. Yeah.
you were promoting your film. Bob Trevino likes it,
Bob
which is
Trevino.
out
Bob
now.
Trevino likes it. Yes.
Bob Trevino likes it. Make sure
Yeah.
you guys go and check it out.
It's on
From
Hulu
Tracy.
right now. You can stream it on Hulu.
Yes, yes, yes,
That's
yes.
yeah.
So much has happened since then. What has happened since then?
Well, let's talk about Bob Trevino likes it. It's coming up to award season, and there's a little
Yeah.
bit of buzz around it. And if you haven't seen the movie, definitely go see it. It is so good. It is so good. It's won like 30 awards already around the world. It's yeah, the movie's great. The movie's absolutely great. Um, we had a premiere in Detroit, and included premieres all over the country, and went really well. Great reviews, just stellar reviews all over the place. So just can't say enough about it. Um, it's a great movie. Tracy Lehman, she's working on the next projects already, and she's going to be huge. And it's such a blessing to know her because she's such a kind person, and she's just great. And I'm doing all that I can to, as the award seasons are coming up. I talk about it all the time. Not only do I talk about it, but just the experience of the people, John Leguizamo, Barbie Fiera. They're just all just great people. It was such a blessing experience, such a blessed experience. I can't say enough about it. Go see the movie. Interesting. It's freaky to see top 10 lists for the year, and you see movies like Sinners and Bob
Oh
Trevino
yeah.
like it in the same list, and rightfully so. It deserves to be there. So I can't say enough about it. So I just finished another movie called Last Shop on Walnut, and that's going to be another really, really great film. I'm really blessed, Stevie, that done two great movies in a row. This one stars Peter Lawson Jones. He was in Tom Hanks' um, A Man Called Otto, and then Kim Whitley, and also Donald Weber Jr., who was in Hamilton on Broadway, and also he's in Severance right now as well. So, because Severance just won like a bunch of awards. So, and Peter Lawson Jones, he's the lead. Brilliant man, just such a distinguished gentleman. He's one of my acting teachers, acting coaches, but I also consider him a friend now. I mean, he's just this distinguished man. He's so like classy, he's just so classy, and it's like it's like I want to be like you when I grow up, right? So he went to Harvard. He's a lawyer, and then he was an elected congressman. No, city councilman. He was gonna go to Washington D.C. He decided not to go, and then so he started his family, did all that stuff, and then he was in acting. Then he got out, and then he got back into it. He's in Chicago Fire, a Man Called Otto with Tom Hanks. And I mean, if you're in a movie with Tom Hanks and you're like in scenes with Tom Hanks, you got to be about something, right? And
Oh, yeah.
I'm rambling. So anyway, so he's doing this movie, and he asked me if I wanted to audition for it, and I said yes. I got a part, yes, and it's a great film. Jason Richardson is the director. So there you go.
So you guys have to stay tuned. I know Phil can't give away a lot. And Dalaka01 says, hello, Philip.
Hello, how are you?
Welcome if you're just coming in. Welcome. Fashion
Excellent,
Dolls,
excellent.
we're here catching up with Phil. So
Where's this
what
person
else do you
from?
manifest?
Delicon. Where's
Go
he
ahead,
from?
I'm
Or
sorry.
she? Where's Delicon from? He or she? Person who said hello.
Let us know where you're from, my love. If you're in the chat, welcome as you come in. Now, 2025, you've already got another film you're working on. And what else are you manifesting? Because the year has flew by so fast. Our very first interview, I want to say we did back in 24, and now we're in 2025. And before you know it, we look up and we're in 2026. The year has flew by so fast,
Yeah.
like time
Yes.
is gone.
Yes.
So, what else are you manifesting for the new year
Um,
of 26?
20. Let's see. Well, the music is still going well. It's really funny. I'm really focusing on the music also, but the acting is
Yes.
really taking up so much of my time. So, but I still want to get back to that. But whatever the universe of God puts in front of me, I'm grateful for it. And I'll just continue down that road. Uh, Outside of all that, I'm doing a marathon next month in Florida in Disney World. So I'm getting ready for that. So it's gonna be 13 miles. It's gonna be in Disney World. I gotta pick a costume. This is supposed to run like a Disney costume, so I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. Star Wars is in that mix now, so maybe I might be Finn. So we'll see. So that's coming up. The 26th of October, I will be in Florida doing a marathon, half marathon. So I'm up to 12 miles already, so I'll be fine. Yeah. I go to a gym here. I do CrossFit here and in Detroit. And those CrossFit people, Stevie, they are just like crazy. They are so fit, but they're so nice. But it's so inspiring, right? I went to Apple Orchard. My husband and I went to an apple orchard over the weekend. And I got this wonderful apple fritter. And I'm like, I can't eat this thing. I'm going to be running. So it's sitting in the fridge. So we'll see. We'll see. So that
And you said 13 miles. Are you prepared? You're prepared to do this? Because I mean, to do a marathon, you got to train strenuously.
yes, I've been training for 3 months. I mean, I work out all the time, but I'm really focusing on the running. So I got 3 miles in yesterday. I just got a mile in today already. So I'll do some more later on tonight. So, but it's just, you know what it is, Stevie? I'm not freaking out about it. Like I'm just going to do it and just keep working at it and working at it because that's life, right? Just keep working at it, enjoy the journey, and just keep working at it. And when it comes, it comes. And then, if you don't finish it, there's these balloon ladies who follow behind you.
Yes.
And if you can't finish it in 3 hours, they will just scoop you up, put you in the little buggy, and just take you across the finish line. I don't want to be that person coming across the finish line with the balloon ladies. But if it happens, it happens. I hope it doesn't, but I'm not going to worry about it, right? So the fact that I'm just going to be there is going to be enough.
Yes, and especially if you trained for it, like I back into exercise myself, and you got to be consistent with it. So if you're training for a marathon or anything of that extreme, you have to make sure that you are ready for it to get to cross that finish line. It's all
Exactly.
about pursuing it and finishing it. And it's
Right.
other people going through the same thing as well too. So when you have a team or a group collective or a group effort, it
You'll
makes it
push each
even
other,
better.
right?
It makes it so much fun.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
don't
it's
forget the stretch.
warm ups for sure.
So what's new with you?
Well, I don't know if you guys know, but November 28th, the day after Thanksgiving, I'm going to give you guys the heads up. I'm going to be on my girl Faith is the Substance podcast and her show. So I will be
Oh,
going on there, more interviews, a lot of press for me. I'm stepping out of my zone because I would always be here doing this platform. But I'm like, okay, now it's time for me to get
congratulations.
a taste of it and promote myself and the show on others talk shows because I know a lot of people want to know more about my story and my journey. And by me doing this, being transparent with the world, it's opening up more people to be receptive to me. Like, okay, who is she? What is the mystery? Because people tune in and they watch, but they want to know more behind the
That's
story because
great.
the story is still a mystery to some and familiar to people that view me on a regular. So I love it. I love it, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. So I'm looking forward to that November 28th going on. Faith is the Substances podcast. Make sure y'all go and check her out. And
That is
she
great.
is one of the supporters. And I didn't even know that she had a show and platform. And she's always had me interview some of her artists. And I'm super excited to be doing it because just not too long ago, I did shout outs to my girl Savanya McIntosh. She has a podcast called Savvy ET Corner, and we did that interview on a Sunday. Yeah, we did it on a Sunday, so that one is up and it is already reposted, so you guys can go and check it out. It was so much fun. We talked all things fashion, of course, and growing up, and she asked me some great questions. So y'all go back and check that out. So for me, just a lot of press lately, a lot of especially for the 20th, because I do want to continue on doing this platform going
That
into
is
20
great.
seats.
I think it's
And I'm
awesome
looking,
that the. I was gonna say I think it's so awesome that there's like a community of podcasters and artists and interviewers that are like helping one another. That's so important. That is so
yes.
important. Wow, that's so great. So, well, I wish you and everybody all the success in the world for sure. Absolutely, that's great.
And I appreciate it. And of course, more collaborations with fresh new faces are coming. I've been reaching out to other creators. As you said, it's important that you have that community and tribe. So my brother K Tooks and me are going to be doing a collaboration on the 20th season, of course. And as I said, right now, we are currently at 878 interviews. This will be 878, and we are well off on the road. Now, my brother K Tooks is ahead of me. He's on his road to 1K shows. Me, I'm slow and steady wins the race, as we talk about that
Slow,
marathon.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah,
Just stay on that treadmill, stay on that boat. That's great.
absolutely. And I love it. I get a rush from it. I get a feeling because to get up every day and to be able to talk with amazing artists and creatives such as yourself and so many others is a dream. And I wouldn't
Can I
trade
ask
it
you
for the
some?
world. Yeah,
Can I
go
ask you
ahead.
what was you said you were asked a bunch of great questions. What was one of the questions that you just loved that you were asked?
Well, you guys know that I'm a beauty girl. I love hair and makeup and lots of perfumes. I wear tons of different fragrances, and I'm looking at my tray across the room.
What are you wearing
Okay,
right now? What are you wearing right now?
what did I put on today? I put on Cuba by Pitbull. Pitbull has a
Oh,
fragrance called Cuba, and it's one
I
for men and
smell it.
one
It's
for
it's
women.
it's it's delightful.
Yes. And it smells yummy. It's very floral. So if you're a floral girl like myself, that was some of the questions that she asked me. Like, she said, "What are some of the fragrances that you would recommend women wear?" Um, Another one of my favorite signature scents that I would wear would have to be "Gorgeous" by Michael Kors. Like, if you are a vanilla lover like myself, that is definitely something. When you're hugging me, that is something 9 times out of 10 you're going to smell is Michael Kors Gorgeous or either Edo and Zendaya, she was the face of it. So
Mm.
Lancome, Edo with the
Okay.
eye. That's something that I wear religiously. So I have numerous of them that I wear.
That's awesome. Awesome. That sounds great. That's awesome. So what else do you want to know?
Well, you got your projects coming out, you got your film, you're doing the marathon 2026 writing. Are you going to be doing some writing behind the scenes? Because that's something that I also want to tap into is writing and producing. A lot of people said, do you want to
So,
do in-person shows? But go
it's
ahead.
so interesting you mentioned that. Okay. Almost 10 years ago, I did a short film. I don't think, if we talked about this, let me know. I did a short film called Swing Low. And this film won 13 awards in film festivals. And first time I ever tried writing anything, I was riding my bike with Mike, and this line came to me. We're in this nice neighborhood called Pleasant Ridge, suburb of Detroit. Really nice neighborhood, right? You know, I'm one of the very few brothers in a 6 mile radius, right? And we're riding our bikes, and this line came to me. It was like a download, Stevie. It was like a download. And the line was, I'm not going to say it, but I just blurted it out. Time to hang us up. Boop. Anyway, I just blurted it out, right? Mike, he's a white guy. He's like, what? He literally just like fell off his bike onto this well manicured lawn. And I'm like, and then I thought, are you okay? We sat on the curb, and Stevie, it was like a download. It was like a download. It's like, okay, it's a story about blah 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 blah. This is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. And the whole story just came to me like that, right? And that was a Thursday. Mike had to go to Nashville on Friday, so he left on Friday. I sat in the house Friday and Saturday and Sunday morning, wrote the entire first draft. Boom. I just sat down. It just came. All the voices, all the characters. It was like a download, right? And it was the most amazing. Nothing's ever happened like that before. So I cleaned it up, and a good friend of mine, Marvin Towns Jr., who actually directed 2 BET movies, Hollywood Hustle, no, Holiday Hustle. Oh, what's the name of the movie? There's 2 movies on BET. I'll find out. I'll let you know. Um, anyway, before I get off, I'll find these movies. Anyway, good friend. He worked with Muhammad Ali. He was on the Blues Brothers back in the day. Like when he was just a teenager, he
Oh,
was a
yeah.
PA for the Blues Brothers. So he's, worked with Aretha Franklin. This guy's just like, a serious veteran. Um, I wrote it, and I said, well, let me send it to Marvin and see what he thinks, right? I said, Marvin, can I send you something? Yeah, sure, send it. I sent it to him. 30 minutes later, he calls back and says, I'm filming this. I'm like, what? He called all of his friends, called favors, and this movie looks great. It's a great, great short film. Anyway, um, got a bunch of film festivals, won a bunch of awards. A couple of, I'm not going to say who, a couple of major people offered to take it in and to develop it. But Stevie, the deal they offered was terrible. And these are people that we know. I'm not going to say who they were. One deal was like, we will take this and we don't have to pay you anything. We could change everything. And, you have no say whatsoever to what we're going to do with this. You just hand it over. And you will have the privilege of me and my organization taking on your project. But we don't really necessarily have to give you credit at the end of the day for it or anything. We'll take your idea. The idea is that good. It's that good, right? And I was so distraught because the deal was bad, and the person who who this came from, it just broke my heart. It just broke my heart. I will never say who it is. And I put it on the shelf. I was so depressed. What I didn't understand back then is that I could have negotiated. But I didn't understand any of that. I was just so hurt. It's like, really? You're gonna just like screw me like that? One of the biggest proponents when I knew that there was something there. Remember the one Oscar year when Moonlight and something LA with Ryan Gosling, that whole mix up that happened where they said it was one. Okay. And the lady who ran the Oscars was a black lady at the time. She was president at the time. Anyway, she saw the movie and she was like, yes. I mean, so it's like, it's a great concept, right? And because actually it was a film festival in Niagara Falls, and it's a horror thriller kind of thing. But even though it's that, at that film festival, it won Best Actor, Best Director, Best Short Film. And it's a short. And anyway, it's called Swing Low. Anyway, if you want, I could send you the link and you could watch it. Maybe I'll send you a private link. Okay. So I'll send you the link, private link. But anyway, so you asked me if I've been writing. I've kind of been getting the itch because it ends. It's like there's a 3-part series, and that's just part 1. And I've kind of been getting the itch. Like I need to go back and start. I have part 2 in my head, and I have part 3 in my head, but I just really sit down and just write it out. So. You asked me a question, I just go on and on and on. Jeez.
No, I was letting you finish. And speaking of writing, shout outs to my girl, Faith is the Substance. Hey, girl. And I can't wait for our chat on the 28th. Tonight, she will be interviewing my brother, Demario Jives, King Jives. So make sure that y'all please go and check it out. I will be there supporting my girl, Faith, and supporting my brother, King Jives, Demario. So please make sure y'all go and tune in tonight. I'm looking forward to it. So it's important that we get out here and write.
Yes.
So I'm glad that's why you shared that story, because people need to know these things about pitching a product. And
yes.
Where I raised my eyebrow is like, okay, I'm pitching my product to you, and you're wanting me not to get credit for it when it's mine. I've taken the time to write this project, taken the time to brainstorm ideas,
Film it.
perspective, what I want, everything. It's a lot.
Right.
So that's
And
what I
the
think. If you're
filming,
going to,
yeah. Go ahead, continue.
yes, I was saying that you can't take credit for somebody else's project. You know, this is someone else's dream. They literally stayed up day and night, working long hours to envision a masterpiece. And it takes a lot of work, blood, sweat, and tears that goes
And
into
money.
creating a
And money.
short.
Yeah.
And money.
Yeah.
And you're doing this independently as a filmmaker. So if you're not backed by a big corporation, so it's important that we as creatives take credit for what is due to us. And that's something that I put on my vision board as well too. If nobody else is going to give you credit for it, you give yourself credit. You
Right.
acknowledge the fact that you created this project. And to
Right.
anybody out here that has had that happen where it's just like, oh, people will try to write you off and say, this is my project. No, I'm behind this. I created this. So make sure that you're speaking up and letting them know, like, hey, make sure that you present everything so that they can take,
protect your copyrights, trademark it, copyright it, do everything that you got to do legally as well. Yeah. Now, this is like Marvin Towns Jr. I mean, this is the kind of people he brought on. The guy who did the makeup, the special effects makeup, worked on Lord of the Rings, right? The cinematographer was on Batman Superman. He loved. So the fact that Marvin brought together all, God bless us, I will go to the ends of the earth for Marvin Towns Jr., right? And then, like you're saying, for someone to come in and say, like, I'm going to take credit for all this, or I will potentially take credit for all this, right? It's just it crushed me. It just crushed me. So
And that hurts, like as a creative, as a filmmaker, to know that someone else is not willing to give you credit for your project that you created, your baby that you birthed from beginning to end, and
hmm
not give credit for it. And that's why I'm
yeah,
not behind a big corporation or studio. Everything I do is independent. That's all me. So I'm reliable for anything that happens. I'm responsible for that. And with
mm
having a platform that big, it's a lot of responsibility behind
yeah, it is.
it.
It
So
is.
make
But
sure
I'll
that
tell you
you
this,
are
Stevie.
using your
I,
resourcefully.
like I said, I understand now. If I was ever in that situation again, I feel like I could negotiate, and and definitely have a team behind me that will help me negotiate. Because yeah, they can offer a larger platform. Because my objective is to reach out and help as many people as possible, to have an impact for as many people as possible. But it has to be right and it has to be pure. And if it's not,
Oh, yeah.
just walk away. Just walk away, and they'll be fine with that. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Stand your ground. Make sure that you are letting people know, like, hey, make sure you're giving me the right offer. And that's for anybody getting into filmmaking, producing, and
Mm-hmm.
having your platform, doing it independently. As Phil just said, it's going to take a lot of money. It's going to take a lot of money for you to, hey, Kamani, hey, girl. Uh, what was I about to say? I was saying
Takes a lot
about,
of money. Take a lot of time.
yes, it takes a lot of money. If you're doing it independently, if you're doing it financially, like Style by Stevie, I don't have a stylist. I style myself. I am my stylist. But however,
And
I do have,
you're a great stylist.
thank y'all. Thank y'all. I'm glad you love it. I try, y'all. I try. Honestly. And I try to follow a lot of fashion. I keep up on everything on the up and up and up and up. So I'm always the night before I actually come on with the look. I brainstorm on what I want the look to be. I'm literally sitting in bed going through Pinterest, flipping through the pages of Vogue and Harper's Bazaar, and going back in different time eras like the 80s. I have a mood board on Pinterest. I have
Oh, that's
dozens of mood
great.
boards,
That's
and
great.
I have at least 1,200 looks the last time I checked altogether from all of my interviews. I cataloged them. If I was to go through my phone right now and show y'all on my Pinterest board, you would see it's a lot of fashion, it's a lot of
That's
hair, it's a lot
awesome.
of makeup. So I'm always pulling inspiration from some sort of way. And I use that as an example of making sure that you're laying out a plan for it, getting into filmmaking, hosting your platform, and there's other actors who have podcasts and platforms as well too. Bo Emerson, who I just recently had on not too long ago, uh, has his podcast. Watch What You Say podcast. Make sure y'all go and check it out and support.
Okay.
Marco Luis, who I also had the pleasure of doing an interview with, One Mike Night podcast. And this was based off of something that he hosted, an event that he hosted. So all of this that he's doing, he's funding it, he's paying for it independently. And we are all independent creatives. We're doing this because it's what we love to do. And it
Mm,
takes money. And
it
to do
does.
what you love, it takes money. So I would say to anybody, filmmaker, invest into your dream, invest into your project. It's never too late. It's never too late to go back to film school. It's never too late to go back to if you want to do makeup artistry, there's so many makeup artists out here that will be willing to teach you courses. And I know Sam Fine, who is one of the goats, and I have his book. A lot of the makeup that I wear on this show, I typically look to Sam Fine as reference. Sam Fine has touched the face of Tyra Banks, Patti LaBelle, Brandy, Shaka
Mm,
Khan, Mary J. Blige. He's done Naomi
wow.
Campbell. He's done some of the world's most beautiful women. Uh, Vanessa Williams, who I've had the pleasure of sitting down with, he's done her makeup. So I
I want
mean,
to hear about that one day.
oh yes, she shared it. I showed her. I showed her the pictures. If you guys go back and look at that in the interview, kept the book. I kept all of my Vanessa Williams merch from her albums to the magazine covers. I have a dozen magazine covers with her
That's
on it,
awesome.
and it's mostly hairstyle magazines. Because again, I'm a hair girl. I'm always changing my look. I'm a chameleon. I do not like to stay the same. And I showed her the pictures of it, and she said, "Yeah, I was way ahead of my time." So one thing for me, I try to be
That's
ahead
great.
of the curve. as well too. So I use that reference by saying this in the production aspect. The context of having to plan ahead, lay out a game plan. It's like building a house. You have to lay out that floor plan of
Yes,
what you want your house to look like. So for any producers, writers, filmmakers, because I don't want to do Style by Stevie forever. I don't just want to stay in the lane of posting, but I want to get behind the scenes, behind the lens as well too, and write on other platforms, write for other hosts on their shows,
that's
and be
great.
behind the lens as well too, because you guys see me every day, 24/7, Monday through Friday. But I would like to step behind the lens. And a
That's
lot of
great.
people forgetting that I also write for Original Magazine UK. So I have skill for writing, and I would love to take that to the next level as for writing for other show hosts as well too. Be behind the
That's
lens.
great. That's great. Stevie, I have another interview coming up, and I have like a session coming up. So I'm gonna have to leave in like the next 5 minutes. So I just wanted to say thank you so much to you and everybody who's watching, and thank you for having me back for sure. So there,
Thank you so.
okay. Um, I have a mantra I would like to share. I shared this before.
Yes, share your final thought, and I've got mine as well too to add on.
Okay, great, excellent. Everyone who's listening, write this down. There'll be a test later. Here we go. I'm always at the right place at the right time. I do not chase, I attract.
Yes.
My presence naturally draws positive experiences and success, and I trust God's perfect timing as I embrace my journey with confidence, gratitude, and love.
Yes. Absolutely. And I will leave you guys with this. Today's final thought ties into what Phil just said. So it's like real life, we're in sync. It comes from Jay Sterling, and Jay Sterling says that sometimes life gets ugly before it gets beautiful. And I know,
Mm.
I guess Justin said that as well too. When we did our interview, he was like, okay, this is the example he used. He's like, well, I'm ugly, and he's not. He's very handsome. And he was like, you got to look like me. You got to go through the ugly, and then you come up looking like Miss Stevie, looking beautiful. And I was glam to the nines. I had the blue hair and everything. It was, yeah, you guys go back and check that interview out. And he was absolutely right. And in life, you have to go through some obstacles in order to get to the beautiful. Trust me. It's a process. It's a process, and it's a scary process in that, like, I'm going to be transparent. I'm looking to move. I would love to have a bigger home. And I already have my dream and vision of taking Style
Mm.
by Stevie along with me. So for me
That's
and my
great.
mom, I want the best for her. And for me, I'm just not ready to move yet. But I think right now, currently, it is time for a new chapter. And I'm not going to be hypocritical. I'm just going to say it for anybody. I use that as a reference. Jump, 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 jump. The process can be scary, but keep going. And I will
Absolutely.
close off with that fashion.
Okay. Stevie, what a pleasure. I hope this is not our last time speaking, and you're
No,
wonderful.
because
Thank
I'm
you
going to
so
bring
much
you
for
back
having
for
me
my
back.
20th season. I still have some dates remaining. We will be back. I have the date set, but I'm not revealing anything yet until
Okay.
December. You guys have to
Okay.
keep watching and stay tuned and
Okay. And
updated
I
with
will
Style
send
by
you the
Stevie.
link. I'll send you the link to I'll message you the link actually right after we get off of here. I'll message you the link so you can check it out and just let me know what you think when you have a chance.
I definitely will, and I look forward to having you back on. I'm going to have you back on for 26 again for the 20th season. And you guys stay tuned. Head on over and subscribe to Style by Stevie Daytime to check out my previous interview that I did with Phil, among others, because it's been a busy week for us all. It's been a crazy week. But make sure that you're subscribed and hit that bell so you'll be notified when new episodes of Style by Stevie are posted. And I will see you guys tomorrow with Nicholas Barnes. And guess what? October, my birthday month. My mom is first up. Hers is on the 7th, and my 32nd birthday will be on Halloween, October 31st. And
Oh
I've already
no.
got a costume. So you
Okay.
guys have to stay tuned. Because last year, what was I? Last year, I was this sexy ninja assassin. So you guys have this. I'll post a picture at the end of this interview. It was clad, and I must say my waist was snatched. So we're trying to get back into that. But I love you all, and you guys be fabulous. Have an amazing Monday, and stay tuned. Tune in tonight with my girl Faith is the Substance. Y'all go and show her some love. I will be on her show November 28th, the day after Thanksgiving. So take care, fashion dolls. Stay fierce and stay fabulous.
Thank
Love
you, everybody. Love you. Thank you so much, Stevie. Take care.
you.
Bye.